This might just be the best value moped-style electric bike on the market. For just a buck under $1,000, you can pick up a Meelod DK300 Plus. It's full suspension. They say we can hit 28 miles an hour. They say we can do 100 miles of range on a single charge. We'll see about that on our 18-mile test ride, in which we're gonna run it up the 20% grade, see if it can climb hills. We'll take it out on the beach, see if it can ride on the sand. We'll test the acceleration and the top speed. We gotta run this thing through the ringer. And if you do decide you wanna buy one, click the link below the video in the description to get the best price. But don't buy it just yet. Let's review it. Here's what it looks like when you get it out of the box. It's got a short, squishy seat, bit of a lip there to prevent you from flying off the back, and a coil rear monoshock. The battery is branded Meelod. It's got a little power button here. Neat. Use these guys to pop the battery off. And the specs are 48 volt, 20 amp hours, 960 watt hours of energy. That's not a 100-mile e-bike, but it is a pretty big battery. In fact, it weighs in at error just a little tiny bit more than 11 pounds. As I remove my fingers, it will tip the scale beyond 11. And holy crap, this is a huge charger for a 20 amp hour battery. 4.5 amp charge rate. 20 amp hours divided by 4.5 amp hours. So about 4.5 hours to charge this battery from completely empty to completely full. Of course, we'll be rolling on 20-inch wheels, 4 inches wide, same old knobby tread we see on like every e-bike. Chow Yang, budget bike, budget tires. They are spoke wheels to help keep the weight down, much lighter than mag wheels. And we'll be rolling on 160 millimeter rotors. They are hydraulic brakes, branded Meelod. You get the same thing front and rear. The 750 watt nominal motor is branded Meelod as well. Check it out, there is the stampings on the side. And over here it actually says 1200 watts. So that's about the peak power output of this motor. But power delivered to the motor, as we know, is determined by the controller, which on the official website here, which you can find linked below the video in the description box, shows the controller is a 48 volt 25 amp controller. So 48 volt battery charge to max is 54 times 25 amps. So about 1300 watts peak power sent to that rear hub motor. I mean, for $1,000, dude, looks like this rear light will be wired in as well. Metal fenders, and of course we get front suspension with a dual crown fork up front. You can adjust the compression on the right shoulder with this knob. Look at the handlebars. They're a BMX riser style. Looks like there's a cell phone holder up here. Basic display, round rubber grips, Meelod hydraulic brakes, basic 7-speed Shimano shifter, quarter twist throttle on the right. See what that horn sounds like soon. Let's see what we got in here. Front headlight pedals. Dual e-bike manual for the DK300 Plus. Front wheel bolts on. Here's what it looks like after you get the fender and headlight on. Pedals on. Today my weight is 199.6. And if I grab this electric bicycle and step on the scale, what is the number? 278.4 without the battery. So around 79 pounds without the battery. Adding the battery to the scale shows 11.6. What if we remove those keys? So around 90 pounds after you have the battery on there. So let's pop that battery on there, flip this thing around, and check out that stretched appearance. Look how far the wheel is behind the seat. Makes for a super long chainstay. And they give us a derailleur guard to protect our Shimano Tourney TZ derailleur and the 7 gears on our Shimano cassette. And you can adjust the spring stiffness here, and also down here you can adjust the amount of air in the air shock. So adjusting that will adjust the stiffness or softness. A lot of the suspension feel will be determined by the thickness of the spring, which this is a beefy spring. So I think it's about time we fire this thing up. Basic display, the G51. Flip it to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Speed, miles per hour, odometer. Tap this M button, we get our trip. Voltage of the battery, love to see that. So this thing is just over half charged according to my calculations. 48 volts nominal. That's kind of more like half battery. On a full charge, that'll be 54. We'll get it charged up soon. Oh yeah, current. So it shows how much power basically. Your power is the current times the operating voltage of the battery. So right now that'd be like 48 times whatever when we flip that throttle. Take off that little clear protector. So let's try out the lights. I'm not sure what that switch is doing. Thought it might be turn signals. It's not. To turn on the lights, generally you hold the plus button. Oh yeah, there it goes. So that flipped on the lights, which they're fairly bright. I'll shine them up on that wall and then flip this switch. Oh yeah, so it does. It changes like high beams, low beams, changing high beams, low beams. Then of course we have the horn. I really wonder what it's gonna sound like. Let's go for it. All right, we got a beep beep. Pedestrian friendly. Here's what the lights are looking like from the front and what the horn is sounding like. So you can flip it to this, or that's like the high beam, I think. Or you can hold down the plus button and completely turn off all those lights. And don't forget around back, we have this light which will turn off and on. Headlight settings does nothing. If we grab the brake lever, it will cause it to flash like this. So we have a brake light. To give you an idea of the size of the Z-Bike, I am 6'5" with an inseam of 34. I can kind of just get on the bike just like this, have a little bit of room. Down on the bike. Suspension feeling plush. Feet on the pedals. Here's what my pedal stroke would look like at 6'5". I'm a little bit too tall to actually pedal this bike. No surprise there, I'm pretty much too big for every bike. And that throttle. Tell this thing's got a lot of power in it. I can feel this spring definitely has a little bit of strength to it. So it's not gonna bottom out on us super easy like some of the suspensions I try, which is great. So I suppose we should fire this thing up on pedal assist 5, twist that throttle. Oh yeah, dude. 31.8 miles an hour. All right, dudes, let's check out the Meelod DK300 Plus. We got this thing on a full charge. Let's fire up that battery. Let's see what this thing can do and what kind of range we can get out of it today. And if this phone holder is gonna actually hold my iPhone in place. Please, please, please. Oh, here's what the lights are looking like here in this dark little tunnel area. Oops, actually got to take a second pass. I forgot there's like high beams, low beams, all kind of settings here. So yeah, a little bit brighter with all that on there. And here's what the headlight looks like from the front before we run it up to 20% grade. Let's see if it can do it on throttle only with the 200-pound dude. Ready? Wait, is that pedal assist 5? Yeah, pedal assist 5. Ready to roll. So it's pulling us up. We got 1200 watts. 22 amps of current is pulling, 21 amps of current pulling us up the grade, no pedaling at all. Let's hit that one more time. So let's just do like a little roll out here. So now we're getting full power. Now, so you know, it's not like the most powerful hub drive motor I've ever tried, but for the price, $1,000 for everything you're getting on this bike. So let's get out here and see what this thing's made of. One thing I'm noticing about this one compared to the other models I reviewed, it's a lot more light and nimble than like the dual motor, dual battery ones. If you're out of battery on this one, you know, you can kind of pedal along just like all of them. I wouldn't say something I would really want to do. As you can see, I'm wearing jeans. I really have no intention on pedaling this bike today at all. So it is a cadence sensor. Pedal assist 1 will bring us up to about 10 miles an hour. Pedaling on pedal assist 2, that will bring us up to around 17, and I'll go ahead and pop it on gear number 7 now. I have to turn my legs pretty quick to keep up at 18. If you're 6'5", I wouldn't really buy this bike to pedal, but it's fine riding like a motorcycle. You just kind of keep your legs tucked on that battery there and throttle it. But yeah, I know I did review, you know, the dual motor version of this, dual battery version of this, which was a pretty awesome bike, a pretty great value. But I know not everybody has that kind of money to spend, so you know, I think that this one priced at $1,000 with the full suspension and the 20 amp hour battery pack is really pretty good value. So pedal assist 3 will take us up to right around 21, 22 according to the onboard. And one of the reasons I wanted to get this one on the channel instead of the DK200 is this one is full suspension. And even though, you know, it's not like the most amazing full suspension, it really does make a big difference in terms of, you know, just ride quality, ride feel, as well as protecting the components of the bike, like the battery, as well as the actual frame itself. So in case you're doing like off-roading and stuff, the frame will be much less likely to, you know, snap on you due to not having any suspension and the frame taking all of the hit from all the bumps. So we'll pop out here in traffic on pedal assist 4, see what it can do on ghost pedaling on pedal assist 4. Can't keep up with the drop top Corvette. However, we will be passing the broke down BMW. Oh, we got the sheriff up here. Good thing we're not on the illegal electric dirt bike. Oh, he's busting a U there. Maybe he's gonna be waiting for me. So let's go ahead and give it an official 0 to 20 acceleration test. GPS is right here. We'll lag a little bit. This speedometer does appear to be correct. Let's go ahead and give a full throttle. Ready, go. So yeah, eases on the power just a little bit there. 10, 15, 18, 20. So pretty respectably quick 750 watt nominal, 1200 watt peak. If you want all the thrill, go ahead and get the upgraded version of this with 2 motors on it. I think it is about $600 more, which, you know, at a bike that costs $1,000, that's, you know, what, 60% more. Is it 60% more thrilling? Yeah, it probably is. So what is the absolute max speed this thing can hit with a 200-pound rider? Let's find out. I'm guessing around 28, 25, 26, 27. Can we get a 28? 28. 28 on board. GPS is saying 27 now. Still picking up. It's not cutting out. 28. 30 on the dash. Goes to 29. I'm not pedaling this thing at all. So, you know, I feel the wind hitting my chest. 29 is still giving me power. You could hit probably a little faster if you weigh less. Brake test. That back one started to lock up and slide out to the right a little bit there. Getting a little tail happy. So this bike does have like the extended long rear end, and that does kind of change the handling characteristics of this bike because it puts you more up front. On the dual motor variation of this bike, I noticed that that dude just distracted me, about to step out into traffic. On the dual motor variation of this bike, I noticed that this setup really helped plant that power down to the front wheel. Not really sure what the benefit of that would be if you're not on a dual motor setup. It does kind of look cool though. So we're gonna get out there and try it on the flat sand here in a little bit. But first we're gonna run it up the uphill in the sand section here, see if it can make it up. Oh, actually kind of running out of power here. Going up. Oh yeah, we kind of ran out there. So we'll try it on the flat here in a few. While we're here, let's try out the suspension rolling over. That's rather harsh stuff. So it is a relatively hard spring on the rear, and there are adjustments you can make on that air shock on the rear. All you gotta do is drop the air pressure a little bit, and it'll make it a little bit less firm. Looks like the police ponies are out today. And now for a little rip on the flat sand, but not before we try it on the boardwalk here. So yeah, suspension's not the most plush. That rear spring, it's kind of a heavier spring. And coming in here full speed ahead, not pedaling. The sand is gonna bring us to a halt. So I'm gonna start pedaling here just a little bit. And yeah, here's the performance of the bike. So if you wanna do some beach riding, you're gonna want something with a little bit more juice, maybe all-wheel drive, maybe taller wheels. So just a few more stops in this review. As you already know, the California incline is at the top of that 85-foot cliff, and we'll be taking the 12% grade. So heading into the loop-de-loop here, let's see if I can do it on throttle only. Pretty easy to maintain control of this bike coming around. I'm doing throttle only here. Going about 9 miles an hour here. Dude, I was totally in control. That guy got a little scared. So powerful enough to do that loop and a little sideways slide. So one benefit of that long rear subframe, yeah, man, you can like really get that back end slide now. So full throttle from the base of the California incline. 13, 15, and it's giving 22.2 amps of current. Doing about 18 miles an hour according to the onboard. 22.8 amps of current, and the voltage sag is down to 46 volts. That's voltage sag under full throttle, climbing the 85-foot tall 12% California incline. So we're about 10 miles into this ride, 45 minutes, 13 miles an hour. Let's go explore a little bit. Oh, we got red Ferrari. So final thoughts on this thing, man. It's a $1,000 electric bike, moped style. You know, it's not like, it doesn't put out like crazy power, but for $1,000, you know, full suspension, 20 amp hour battery pack, 48 volt system. It's really not a bad value at all, in my opinion. If you're looking for a budget-friendly moped style electric bike, if you want the ultimate power and range, you're gonna have to go for, you know, the dual motor, dual battery version. That is a lot more thrilling of a ride. What's it called? The DK300 Plus Max Ultra Super Edition, something like that. I reviewed it on this channel. It's pretty awesome. But I do know that, you know, not everybody's looking to blow a ton of money on an e-bike, and $1,000 for what you get on this one, I don't think it's too bad. So if you guys do decide this is the electric bike for you, if you bought through the link below this video in the description box, that would help support my reviews here on Tail Happy TV and also give you the best price, and I'd greatly appreciate your support. Whoa, Mustang. Check it out, that long wheelbase makes the back end slide around so easy. 20 mile an hour brake test. Yeah, these brakes are good, man. I like them. Still got a little speed in it, but I can tell the battery's starting to get a little bit low. All right, dude, just rolling up on 17.5 miles an hour in 20 minutes ride time. Average speed of almost 13 miles an hour. Battery is showing 3 bars remaining, but the voltage is 46.4. So that is below 50% on a 48 volt battery. But all around for $1,000, I think this is actually a pretty good value for a moped style electric bike with a, 20 amp hour battery pack. So you should get some pretty good range out of it, pretty good speed out of it. If you want something a little bit more juicy, you gotta go for the higher end models, the dual battery or dual motor. So if you do want to grab one of these e-bikes, buy it through the link below this video in the description box. It'll help get you the best price and also help support my reviews here on this channel. However, if this is not the kind of electric bike you're looking for, watch this video next. Catch you over there.